Hey guys, so several times you have seen me in weekly meal prep videos make a mixed rice and grain blend, and today we're going to go through that blend with a fine tooth fork. So when we start eating healthier and we want to look at making meals a little bit more interesting, you know, sometimes it can be difficult and some of the ingredients can be a bit expensive, and it's very easy to fall into a pattern of going back to the cheaper and more processed options like long grain white rice. This is just plain rice. It's about 20p a packet. Actually, I think it's just gone up to about 35p a packet. We have it in the house, we always do, and I do use it in this. However, I only use it as a filler these days. I don't use it as the main ingredient. It's just there to add a bit of weight behind the other things that I put into my mix. Now, the reason being that some of these are a little bit expensive. Now what I've done, what we have here is a mix of three what we call wild rice varieties, but they're not really wild rice. Only the black one in there is actually wild rice. There is a red grain rice in there, and there is also brown basmati rice as well. Now what I do is I buy a kilo of each. I make up the mix when I need it, and that way I only use a little bit as and when. It's actually cheaper to do it that way than to buy it pre-mixed. The other thing that I add in, there's a few things, so get ready, hope you're comfy. Spelt. Now spelt is a grain. This is organic spelt. I buy this in bulk. I buy it in 2 kilo bags of it. This is all I've got left after a couple of years. So we're going to be using that as well, but it is a raw grain and it does cook at the same time as the rice and the rice basically. This here, this is known as freekeh. This is also another rice, another grain, not rice. What am I talking about? Another grain, freekeh. It's very similar to bulgur wheat and is cooked in much the same way. However, it is very good in this mix as well. Adds a bit of a nutty flavour to it and bolsters out in nutritions and textures, etc. Now, I also have tricoloured quinoa. Now that has the black, the red and the white in it. Again, I buy them separately. I make up my own blend. That way I get what I want. I can put more of the white in as it's cheaper than the others. And yeah, I make my own mix. I have got backup. I don't need it though, but this jar has taken me nearly a year to get through. Okay, because of doing it this way. Now, the other thing I am adding is some organic pearl barley, which will also add its own nutrients, nuttiness and flavors to it. And the last thing that I will be adding is some green speckled lentils. You don't have to do it this way. In fact, you don't have to do any of it this way. You use what you've got in your cupboard. I do it this way because, and I will show you in a moment, okay? But a little bit of all of these adds up to quite a lot. And it certainly adds up nutritionally, taste and texture wise, way more than just a bit of white rice. Okay, so we're going to go over to the pot and I'm going to show you how I do it. I've got my slow cooker out, and we're first going to start off with a cup. I need a cup, mind, of the white rice. Okay, there's the white rice there. Now we're going to want half a cup of everything else. So half a cup of the mixed blend rice, half a cup of the freekeh, half a cup of the spelt. Hang on a second, I just found what could be a little stone, so we don't want that. I'm going to get rid of that. Just be careful when you get raw grains because it can happen. Ooh. Half a cup of the quinoa. Ooh. And half a cup of the lentils. Right. Now we have to add water. And you want 2 cups of water to every cup of grain. So basically double whatever you've put in here in water. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cups of water we want in there. Now it doesn't matter what size cup you use. If you use this cup or if you've got a coffee mug or whatever you've got, it's the same ratio. One, 2, 3. Oh, bummer. Okay. 4. 5. Now the other thing that I do at this point is, if this is just for prep for meals during the week, I will put a couple of stock cubes in, veggie stock cubes, or some bouillon powder. I'm going to use these. These are vegetarian. Anything with colour on it are veggie, so you can get chicken style ones and beef style ones, but they don't actually have any beef or chicken in them. Now, it is 1 stock cube to 1 cup of water, but I'm only going to put 3 in here because I want this for several different dishes. So I want it to have a background flavour of its own, but nothing too outstanding that it's going to taint the flavour that I add to it later on for that particular dish that I would be doing. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stir this lot up. Okay. And the lid. We need the lid. Where's the lid gone? Ah, there's the lid. Oof. It's been a while since I've used it, so it's a wee bit dusty on top, but that's all it is. Just a bit of dust. We're going to turn this one on to high, 10 to 20 minutes, and it'll be done. It's been 13 minutes at this point, and I'm going to lift the lid. So just hold on to your horsies. I'm going to do it this way, so hopefully that you won't get too much steam on you. Right, so this is looking pretty well cooked. As you can see, there's lots of little air holes in there, as it would do if it was done in a pot. And we're going to mix those around. Now, so at this point you can have a look and go, actually, let's have a taste. Now I'm actually seeing a piece of rice here that may not, oh no, it is cooked all the way through. Yep, it's nutty, it's not underdone, but it also is not so overdone that if you choose to heat it up and add other things to it, and as part of that process need to add more liquid, it's going to take it without going nasty. Right, so we're done. I'm just going to turn that off. Sorry, still munching on that. Okay, so what do I use that for? Now I use that to go with curries. I use it to go with chili. I use it in sushi rolls or whatever, in, you know, veggie bowls. Whatever you would normally use rice for, use that. It is nutritionally packed. Not only does it have, yes, it has a few very fast releasing sugars in it with the white rice, but you've also got very slow release sugars in it as well with the other rices. You've also got a lot of different nutrients and minerals and vitamins and all of those. And you've got different textures, different flavors, and every single thing in that pot brings something to the table. Now, if all you had to eat was that, it would actually be a nutritionally dense meal. Okay, the reason being, we added the lentils and also the other grains, so we've got extra protein in there, which is amazing. So it's not something that is, you have to think about what you're really putting with it, but it is a really, really good alternative to just, pardon me, having rice. So yeah, there you go. That's what I do with mixed grains and rice, and why I do it. As I said, some of those ingredients can be a little expensive. I would go and find a really good wholesaler in your area, or, you know, zero waste shop or anything. I will put the link below to the one that I use. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not affiliated or sponsored in any way, but I will put the link to the one that I use down below. And even just purchasing a small 1 kilo bag of each thing, even if you just put it together over a series of months or weeks, if you need to budget for that kind of thing, doing it this way is going to make those last a lot longer than it would if you were only using the one grain. And it's going to be really cost effective for you. As I said, I tend to buy 1 kilo to 2 kilo bags. They do me, and I do a pot of this for myself every single week or every second week. And some of them are only just running out now after about 2 years since I first bought them. Because they're raw grains as well, they last as long as you keep them in airtight containers away from any damp, moist air, then they're going to last you. Rice, in fact, is famous for the longer you leave it, the better quality it becomes, because it comes nuttier and denser. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to add some extra nutrition into your meals. And that amount there will do myself for days and days and days, but I'll use it. I will use it. Okay, so you guys, if you have enjoyed this video and got something out of it, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this, and, you know, share it with your friends. Let them know too. It doesn't hurt to share. Okay, I will see you guys later on. Have a really, really awesome rest of your day. Love you guys heaps. Blessings.